Hi, I'm Danielle. I'm one of the storytellers at It Moves It, and today we're going to talk about the 5 most common mistakes storytellers make. Whether you're a marketer who writes blog posts, emails, website copy, even videos, or whether you're looking to write your first novel or screenplay, these tips will help you make your content more shareable, searchable, and relevant. And as I'm sure you know, great copy equals more sales. Mistake number 5, directing from the page. When writing your script, whatever you do, don't over-describe what's happening. You actually don't need to plan every gesture an actor makes or every single moment that happens. The best scripts leave a little room for improv and leave room for creativity on the day of the shoot. If you're trying to show that your character is worried, you don't want to write, "She is worried." Instead, what you want to do is put your character in a situation that is actually worrisome. Situation is going to be your best friend. So if you're a marketer trying to make a product video or an ad, or even someone looking to write a screenplay, the next time you sit down to write, don't over-explain your vision. Let the blueprint lead the way. Common mistake number 4, not enough meaningful content. So yes, it's really important that your video is well shot and well lit. A high quality video will legitimize your brand. No matter how good your video looks, the most important thing is that you're delivering value in your video. So value can be a talking head video like this one, where I'm actually giving you information and things that are actionable and things that you can use in your real life. Or alternatively, entertainment and emotion is a form of value. People like to feel things. People like to understand things. You could have the prettiest video in the world, but it won't capture people's attention if there's no story. So the most common and probably most boring example of this are those videos that have a narration over these very generic visuals. So the visuals might look really nice, but usually they're visuals of someone at a nightclub or someone in a field or someone doing construction. And even if the narration goes along with what you see visually, these generic visuals, no matter how well shot they are, usually don't tell a story. You could hire the best cinematographer in the world to film your ad, but if your story's not good, then you're just not going to capture people's attention. It's the same with any type of written content. A bunch of flowery language is not going to actually bring people value. Your content has to have depth. You're either looking to give people information, which means that they have to actually just understand it, or you're looking to tell a story to make people feel something. The next time you make a video or write a blog post, focus on the content and not necessarily the visuals and the flowery language. Content first, visuals second. Mistake number 3, passive voice. Now, your high school English teachers probably bugged you about this one, and it turns out they were totally right. This can sound a bit stiff, distant, and sometimes even confusing. If you want to keep your audience active, you need to keep your writing active. So instead of saying, "The doorbell is rung," say, "The doorbell rings." Or instead of saying, "The ball is thrown," say, "He throws the ball." Much better, right? Common mistake number 2, not enough conflict. Story does not exist without conflict. Even if you think you have enough, I promise you don't. Add more. And I'm not talking about adding in a chase scene or a fight scene. I'm talking about real conflict, emotional conflict. If you want people emotionally invested in your product, don't focus on the product, focus on the problem. Problem is conflict, and conflict is what keeps people engaged and involved. Alternatively, if you're a screenwriter or a novelist, or even if you're a marketer writing a case study about a client, don't be afraid to put your characters through the ringer emotionally. Maybe you sell a marketing software that helps your customers generate more leads. Instead of just explaining how your product works, what you probably want to do is show a customer whose business is failing, they can't afford to feed their family, but after they experienced your product, that all changes. That is conflict. Storytelling mistake number 1, including tons of information that doesn't support the story. The single most common mistake we see marketers, writers, and storytellers make is that they include a bunch of plot points and information that don't actually support the story that they're trying to tell. The root of this issue is really not knowing what your story is about and how to connect with people on an emotional level. Click the subscribe button and we'll have a video on that for you soon. If you're a marketer, the root of your story should be the why of your product. So if you sell soap, you don't actually sell soap. What you're really selling is clean hands. Before you write a single word, identify the core of your story, which is the thing that your audience really cares about, and let that be your guide. So the next time you create a piece of content, ask yourself if everything you've written is absolutely necessary. It's important to be really objective and audience-focused throughout this process because you're probably going to have to kill your darlings. This is a common phrase that creatives use in reference to killing their favorite plot points or lines or pieces of information because it doesn't actually serve the story. Just because you like it doesn't mean it works. So those are the top 5 mistakes that we see writers make. Obviously, there's a lot more to writing than this, but if you start with those 5 things, I promise you'll be off to a good start. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on all socials at @ItMovesIt. If you have any questions or if you want to talk more about writing or storytelling, feel free to email me at danielle@itmovesit.com. Thanks for watching and happy writing!